Open world games are unmatched in their sense of freedom as they let you explore an entire world driven by your curiosity. Here are the top 10 free open world Itchio games you don't know about. Wildwood is a first-person parkour game where you search for checkpoints spread throughout the forest. In total there are 15 checkpoints, but in order to complete the game you only have to get 10 and you can get them in any order you want. On my first playthrough I got all 15 checkpoints as each one requires you to do some sort of fun platforming challenge that involves jumping, wall running, and sliding. The real game starts on your second playthrough though, as the timer is stopped by collecting 10 checkpoints, then returning to the starting area. This encourages multiple playthroughs as you figure out an optimal route and improve your execution to shave off time, taking me back to my speedrunning days. I challenge you to beat my time of 1:47. If you're looking for a parkour game with excellent movement or like speedrunning, then I recommend Wildwood. Sunburn has you take control of a mining drone who has to recover and transmit lost data as you mine for ore to get upgrades. The world is procedurally generated, meaning all the terrain and beacons are randomly placed every time you play. The drone is able to shoot a laser which destroys terrain, allowing you to create paths for yourself and mines ore. The ore gets you money which can then be spent in the shop every time you die. The upgrades consist of things like a better battery, better roll speed, and a more efficient laser. You're given objective markers of making your way to beacons. Each of the 2 beacons give you an upgrade in the form of thrusters to fly around and sunscreen to resist sunlight, since your battery will drain quickly whenever you're in the light. The final objective is to fly into the sky to deliver the message, which requires you to upgrade yourself enough so you can reach the waypoint before dying. If you're looking for an addictive upgrade-based game, then I recommend Sunburn. Drift King is an arcade drift racing game that has a variety of races and a big open world to explore. The game is broken up into 2 portions, races and the open world. Races are scattered around the open world, meaning you have to drive to them to start. They're broken up into either time trials, where you have to reach the next gate as fast as possible, and street races, where you verse AI opponents. Every time you drift, you gain boost, which encourages risky drift-centered racing. Both races and searching the map for money symbols will gain you money which can be spent in shops on upgrades for your car and new cars. The upgrades in cars improve the handling quite a bit, although the handling is too floaty overall. The game is still in alpha, but it's got a great foundation with fun races and a funny open world to mess around in. If you're looking for a drift racing game, then I recommend Drift King. Pearl Grabber is a first-person collectathon where you explore a surreal island in search of clams and grab pearls. At first you're armed with, well, an arm that a magical statue grants you. Once you find 12 pearls scattered around the island, he gives you a shovel. The shovel is able to dig up dirt piles, revealing more clams, and gives you an insanely high jump. The jump allows you to reach otherwise inaccessible places, changing your perspective on where you can explore. The pearls are gathered in a variety of ways, like finding a hidden spot, completing a platforming challenge, or solving a puzzle. The tone of the game is strange and melancholic as the characters grant you insightfully haunting life advice.
You're never sincere, and nothing you make, do, or say is serious. And no one can ever say anything truly negative about you.
If you're looking for a collectathon platformer with a weird but relaxing atmosphere, then I recommend Pearl Grabber. Townseek is a relaxing economy-centered adventure game about collecting and trading loot as you make discoveries around the world. You control a hot air balloon and roam around the world discovering new towns and interesting landmarks. At towns you can buy and sell items with one of the 2 types of currencies. The game will tell you what an item normally sells for, so if it's green you should sell it, and if it's red you should wait and see if the next town will offer a better price. Around the world are mines which drop ore that can be sold if you bought the pickaxe. Similarly, there are fishing spots if you bought the fishing rod. There are also loot balloons that randomly pop up and can be collected. If you're looking for a chill exploration game about trading, fishing, and mining, then I recommend Townseek. Whist is a first-person puzzle game where you solve puzzles in order to escape an island. The puzzles are well designed, having you press buttons to manipulate the environment so you can reach a golden watering can once it's solved. You're able to solve the puzzles in any order you want, even if just one puzzle really takes advantage of the open environment. The game is pretty short, having just a handful of puzzles, but if you like environmental first-person puzzle games, then I recommend Whist. FFX Runner HD is a car chasing game where you try to stay alive as long as possible from attacking cars while collecting money. The game plays like Grand Theft Auto on crack, with how aggressive and physics-defying the enemy cars are. Bye-bye! You have a limited amount of fuel and health, so you have to collect fuel and repair icons as well as money while driving around. You're able to spend money on new cars that handle differently, and upgrades for them too. The map is well designed with terrain and elements that enhance the chaos, but it is a bit small, so you see all of it after about 20 minutes. If you're looking for a chaotically fast-paced car chasing game, then I recommend FFX Runner HD. Neon Code is a first-person detective game set in a dystopian noir cyberpunk world where you complete tasks and uncover mysteries. The world is fairly large, so it's up to you to figure out where to go based on the clues you're given. The core of the game is structured well, giving you hints and breadcrumbs to follow, leading you to the next area or crime scene. There's a lot of deductive reasoning in the environment, like using a specific item or figuring out that you can platform into a storage area after a guard won't open the gate for you. This is super satisfying, but doesn't always work because of the game's lack of polish. For example, on one mission where I had to go get boxes in exchange for a room key, the car flipped, so I had to reload a save that set me back about 10 minutes. Later on, the game also soft-locked when I talked to a character, but if you can look past the rough edges and like detective games that don't hold your hand, then I recommend Neon Code. FernCap is an adventure game where you explore a world to help local inhabitants with their furniture-related needs. The environment is very cutesy, having adorable little creatures populated around the world. The landscape seems to be what's grown out of the aftermath of giant robots that used to live there but are now just pieces scattered around. The villagers will give you quests in the form of a furniture icon that you then have to scavenge the world for and bring it back to them. You're equipped with a jetpack that aids you in navigating the vertical world, although I wish movement was a bit faster overall. If you like interior designing, you can even use the furniture you collected to decorate villagers' homes. If you're looking for a cute game about collecting furniture in a vastly quaint open world, then I recommend FernCap. Legend of Zinnia is a top-down Zelda-like game where you play as a young girl who wakes up on an island with no memories. You search the island until you come upon a sword allowing you to cut through grass and attack enemies. From there, the game is fairly open-ended, having you explore different zones in search of 3 keys which you need in order to unlock all the gates to the final boss. Attacking or using your magic attack, which is unlocked later, consumes energy, preventing you from spamming attacks regularly. If you're looking for a Zelda-inspired adventure game, then I recommend Legend of Zinnia. Those were the top 10 free open-world Itchio games you didn't know about. I'll have my playlist of free Itchio games you don't know about linked in the description. Thanks for watching, give me money on Patreon, and don't forget to like and subscribe to keep up with this ongoing series.